What's up guys, it's me Eric B and welcome back to the channel, and I have yet another cruiser first ride video for you guys. And if you haven't seen my last one, definitely go check that out. It was on the Indian Scout Bobber and that thing was awesome. So I like having friends in places because, you know, they allow you to get out, test ride their bikes and have a little bit of fun with it. And today we have the 2021 Harley Davidson Sportster S. Alright guys, and right out the gate, just looking at this thing, it looks really good. It has a nice compact, modern yet classic feel to it, and I like the way that they did the headlight in the front here. It's LED, you know, nice and wide and everything. That looks pretty cool. Looking at the tires, we got yet again a kind of a thick front tire in the front, so that's pretty awesome. That was the same way on the Indian Scout Bobber. Man, that thing's almost as wide as my rear tire on my sport bike. Cruiser fam. Also, if you're noticing some of the scrapes and stuff on here, just don't worry about that. The owner had a little spill with it recently, so he's planning on switching out this exhaust anyway to an aftermarket one. But speaking of the exhaust, I don't know how I feel about it. I personally don't like the way that this thing looks on here, and a lot of people probably think that it's going to be hot near your leg and everything, but it does have a pretty good heat shield on it, so you really don't feel it all that much. But he did say it should drop, you know, maybe 15 pounds or so once he swaps it out. But it's just, I don't know, man. It's just it's like, it's just out there. Just maybe if it was a little bit lower instead of up so high, I think it'd be probably a little bit better. I don't know. What do you guys think? And I don't know if all Harleys are like this or not, but we do have a Brembo master cylinder front and rear. So we had the rear caliper, and we also have a Brembo caliper up front. So nice brakes, stopping power is pretty good. And I don't know, is it just me, or is Harley trying to have kind of like a European style feel to it, if you will, too? Because most of your European bikes have some of these clear looking brake fluid reservoirs. They do this type of license plate holder in the back. Although I think like the MT-09 or something like that has one like that as well. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But this is removable, so you can swap this out and, you know, put some sort of aftermarket license plate holder on here if you'd like. And you can remove this plastic piece here and put a rear seat on there. Kind of cool thing is this fuel cap. There is no key to it, so that's kind of cool. You know, if you don't want to dig in your pocket for your key, you can just open that cap quickly. But then, you know, do like having a peace of mind where you can lock it and, you know, no one tamper with your fuel. But I don't know really how many people actually mess with, you know, fuel tanks on motorcycles. All right, and I think my favorite thing of this bike so far is it is keyless and it has a key fob, so once you switch it on, but it's the dash. This thing looks awesome. So once again, you have like a classic but yet modern feel to this bike, and I hope that they incorporate this type of technology in some of their you know, newer bikes and everything. All right, and I do know some of the cruisers are air cooled, but this one is liquid cooled, so that's pretty cool. And this motor, man, it just looks awesome. Just looking at it from the outside here, the way that the finish and everything is on here, 1250 cc's. All right guys, real quick, I just wanted to show you what I look like on this bike. For you tall riders out there, it may not matter to a lot, but it may matter to some. I'm 6'1". Here's what I look like sitting on this bike. The controls and pegs and everything come standard. Forward, he has the mid on this one, and this is just basically how your legs and everything is going to look like. I feel like I'm a little big for this bike, but, you know, to each their own. You'll really have to see for yourself. You know, just go to the dealership, sit on one, and see how you like it. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get this bad boy started up for you so you can hear it. It's kind of quiet. It doesn't have like that deep, like kind of slow rumble. It almost sounds like a lawnmower to me. I don't know, I can't say the same thing because my KTM sounds the same way. And I guess there's something with this too, when it's in neutral, it won't allow you to rev over a certain RPM, but I think once you put it in gear, you can actually rev it up a little bit higher. Let's see here. There we go. All right. Yeah, so a little bumpy right here. All right, so immediately going into the ergonomics and everything of this bike. So I feel a little big on this bike. It's a little smaller than, you know, some of the other ones I've been on. You know, that's what it is. It's a Sportster. It's meant to be, you know, compact and be able to, you know, handle really good on the road. I just feel a little weird on here because this does have the mid controls on it. So everything's kind of pushed back a little bit. Standard has the forward controls, but I don't know how I like it. And on the last Sportster that I rode, it had the same thing with the mid pegs, and I didn't like it when, you know, when I was stopped at a stoplight or something like that, my shins would hit the peg. But yeah, the seat right now feels pretty good. I don't know how it would be on a longer road trip. You may want to change that out, but you also don't have a lot of room, so when you're really getting into the throttle, your butt starts, you know, scooting back on the seat a little bit there. There's nothing to really stop you, but the handlebars feel nice. I think it feels pretty good, not too bad, but like I said before, definitely not probably the best bike to take on a long road trip or anything like that. And then if you are a taller rider, I don't know. I don't know how this will work out for you. But yeah, the other weird thing that I don't like is the kickstand. So when you put the mid pedals and controls and everything on here, it gets in the way. So like you gotta, like, it's right there near where the brake pedal is. It's kind of weird. Alright, and just the overall looks of this bike, like I said before, man, this thing looks really good. I'm just trying to figure out, you know, where Harley's, you know, the direction that they're trying to go for, you know, who they're trying to really target with this model. If I'm not mistaken, this replaced the old Sportster Roadster. And I mean, I don't know, you know, they're going for a younger generation, want someone that wants, you know, the Harley name and a cruiser of some sort, but wants that sport feel and that sport look. Alright, so I am in just regular road mode, so let's see how it feels here. Yeah, you gotta hang on, man. I gotta really lean forward because of the torque. But I don't know what happened there. I missed the gear or something. That was weird. Alright, so that felt pretty good. And that was in just the standard road mode. I'm gonna switch it over to sport here in a second. And this has 3 riding modes. So you have like a rain mode, you have sport mode, and you have just the regular road mode. Yeah, let me see if I can, there's a button right here for mode, so you can switch them out. So yep, S for sport, and then A and B, so it has some customizable modes that you can make on here. And there's rain, yep, and then road. So there's that. And then this does have cruise control, so the controls and everything are right over here, and then you can control everything on your screen from right here. Little horn action. And then all this right here, I believe, you know, controls like your music and stuff like that. You can connect your phone via Bluetooth to this, and you know, I think you can run navigation on here and listen to your music and stuff like that. This does have traction control, has ABS, and in the power modes, like I said before. But yeah, no, back to what I was saying about, you know, where I think Harley is going with this. This bike kind of reminds me of, you know, almost like a naked sport bike, you know what I'm saying, just the way that it is. And I think that's what they're trying to go for. You know, it's got that sporty feel. It's still kind of classic looking like a Harley, but it has a lot of modern updates and electronics and stuff on it as well. Brakes aren't too bad. Alright, so see what I'm saying? When I stop and put my feet down, it's just like my shins just hit this. It's kind of weird. I don't really like it all that well. But let's go ahead and switch it into sport mode and give her the beans, shall we? See, keep missing that gear. Holy cow. Man. Okay, road mode and sport mode are like night and day. This thing will move out. That torque, man, I think it's supposed to get torque around 3,000 RPM. And it's pushing, I want to say 94 foot-pounds of torque and like 120 horsepower. But this thing is supposed to top out at 120 miles an hour. That's just what it says on paper. Trying to find a good gear here. I think fourth gear is a nice gear to cruise in. Right about 50 here. Just all this wind trying to talk to you guys. But yeah, man, the power on this thing is awesome. Like, no complaints in that department. She'll get down and move. And then the handling feels really good. I don't, as you can see, I live in Louisiana, so we don't have a lot of curves and stuff like that, so I really can't test, you know, the handling on these bikes too much. But I do believe that the front suspension is adjustable, same with the rear. And this bike is tipping the scales just a little bit over 500 pounds, which is actually for a cruiser pretty light, in my opinion. You know, once he changes out the exhaust on here and stuff like that, drop a little bit of weight, then, you know, we'll be sitting right under 500 pounds, so not too bad. All right, I don't know how well you guys can see the speedo right here, but man, this thing looks really good. I mean, it's perfect. It's got like the classic, you know, circle looking speedometer feel to it, but it's all digital and it looks great. And I think you can switch here. Let's see if we can play with it for a second. All right, let me figure this thing out. There we go. All right, so there's your navigation, your music. I think that's like for bike settings and stuff like that. I'm not going to dive too far into it, but I just wanted to show you guys that, you know, you have all that option to do that. So you know, Bluetooth devices connected. And then it does have a USB-C port down here on the side, and you are able to like hook that up and charge your phone and stuff like that. I think we know it goes a little faster than 120. Well, she will go faster than what it says on paper. And going that fast feels like I'm going like 180 on this thing, because there's so much wind and you're trying to hang on, and it's just, you feel like you're gonna fly off the bike. Yeah, and don't think for a second just because this is a Harley, it's a cruiser, you can't hit curves or anything like that. You definitely can, especially with this bike. Handles well with the suspension and the wide tires and stuff like that. Woo, that torque, man. I don't know, man. I think in the power department this might be a little bit better than the Indian Scout Bobber. Although I will say I think I like the looks of that bike better, but I do like the power from this bike, like the way that it performs in that department, and the all the electronics and everything that it has. I'm really liking this dash and stuff like that. So I don't know. Decisions. It's not like I'm gonna go buy one, but just if I had to choose, you know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? Yeah, guys, really my only gripes about this this bike so far is the peg position. You know, how I know having, you know, the pegs further back mid versus forward is a lot better for sport riding and stuff like that. I don't know, it just feels weird to me. And then the styling of the exhaust and where it's positioned, I don't really care for that too much. But other than that, man, this bike does look really good. I think it's a nice update, you know, from their previous Sportsters. All right, and the things that I like about this bike is the overall looks. Like I said before, the bike looks really good. I like how it has the Brembo brakes all around. And then the dash, man, all the electronics and everything packed into this bike is pretty nice. And I like how Harley is sticking with, you know, their nice classic look, but they're adding more modern feel to it. And I think it's going to target, you know, a lot more younger riders and stuff like that for this bike, especially newer riders, because, you know, there are newer riders out there that are going to want, you know, Harley, you know what I'm saying? So what are they looking for? They might be looking for something that's more sporty. Can you start out on this bike? Now this bike does have a lot of power. I don't know if most cruiser riders would recommend this bike. I think you could, and it does have power mode, so you can tune it down a little bit and just respect the power, you know what I'm saying? Just because the bike can go 100 miles an hour doesn't mean you have to go that fast. But come on. Who are we kidding here? We all ride motorcycles, we like to go fast. Alright, so this is a bike you could definitely use in all sorts of settings. Nice highway runs, you know, canyon carving, riding through the city and stuff like that. Not too bad, you know what I'm saying? And it has that low end torque and everything. And you know, with the extra horsepower, you do get a lot of, not a lot, but you get more top end power. And I know a lot of cruisers don't have a lot of horsepower. They're, you know, they got a lot of torque. And man, this thing gets down and moves. I like it. All right, I will say by far this is the fastest cruiser that I've been on. Holy moly. All right, so brand new. I think these are running around 15,000, somewhere in there. Pretty close to it anyways. And if you're looking to get something that's a cruiser but you want something sporty, and you're trying to decide between something like this or Indian Scout Bobber or something like that, I don't know, man, that is a tough choice. And I'd say you definitely have to go to the dealership and look at them and sit on them and really see what you want out of them, you know what I'm saying? This bike is going to offer a lot more electronics and technology and stuff like that in it. It has that digital dash. You know, you can connect your phone via Bluetooth. It's got all your electronics and everything in here. The Indian Scout's not really going to have all that stuff. And then just the power alone from this bike, man, this thing is crazy. All right, so see what I was saying about the kickstand is like right here near the near the foot peg, so it's kind of hard to get down. All right, and what do you guys think? So let me know down in the comments below. I just wanted to hop off the bike so you can see it one more time. And yeah, I mean, it looks good. It's got that nice classic look and feel to it. It's small, it's lightweight, but it has a lot of new like technology and stuff like that in it. I'm really digging the display and everything on here. And the horsepower and the torque, man, this thing is, for the size of it and everything, it gets down and moves. And then just some of the other things I don't like the exhaust and the way that that looks on there, and that can easily be swapped out with an aftermarket exhaust. And then this license plate holder, you know, you could take that off and put something on there as well, and I think this bike will look 10 times better. It's the small things, you know, it's the small things. Man, I wonder if they make quick shifters for this. I can never get enough of it. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for me. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to keep seeing videos like this. And I do other things like sport bikes and nakeds and everything else. I don't discriminate against anything on two wheels. And if you're liking what you're seeing, definitely give me a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Out of sight, out of mind, on my way. Out of sight, out of mind, on my way.